Hi, my name is Monique. My channel is called Dutch Monique because I am from the Netherlands, and as you can see I have nothing on my face. Yes, I did my skincare, my morning routine, and I did a primer because this time it is a story time. I want to share with you my adventure, you can call it that, the adventure that I made with my daughter 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, time flies, yeah. Probably as you know, I went with my daughter to Munich to see a concert of Adele, and we had a lovely time, and we meet some lovely people, and I want to share that with you. And while I'm telling that story to you, I'm doing my makeup. I'm doing with some new makeup products. So let's start. Well, the first thing, I did do my base, my skincare, the primer is on, so I am starting with my foundation then. It is new foundation, it's from e.l.f., the Soft Glam Satin Foundation. Medium buildable coverage, that's what I like. It's long lasting, they say. It's hydrating, so that's good for my dry skin. So let's see what it is. I am using the color Light Neutral. Will it focus? Yeah, there, Light Neutral. So let's see how I get along with this. Haven't used it yet, this is the first time. So it is a first impression. And let's take the sticker off and put that there. As you can see, it's all new, not used at all. I always take a little bit on my hand, like that. That's the amount of products I usually get. And then I'll dot it on my face. Well, I can use the camera for this, and I have my little mirror, so that will be okay. So that is how I usually apply my foundation. Well, let's start. Well, I went with my daughter on a Tuesday. I went Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. So those are the 3 days I am talking about. And on Tuesday we went to, my husband drove me to the place of my daughter. That's she's living in another village, so my husband drove me to her. And the boyfriend of my daughter drove us to Schiphol. Schiphol is our big luchthaven. The English word for luchthaven. Now, okay, brain fog is already setting in. To the airport, of course, the airport. Yes, Schiphol is our big airport. I live nearby Schiphol. It's a half-hour drive, maybe less, maybe less. I think it's 25 minutes drive from where I live. And I must say, I like the first look of this foundation. You see that? I like it. So, and from where my daughter is living, it is 15 minutes. She's really close to Schiphol. So he set us up. He dropped my daughter and me off on Schiphol, and we said goodbye, and we went in. We didn't have any luggage. Yes, a bag, too nice. So what do you have? We had hand luggage only. And we flew with KLM, our Dutch proud. So and we hadn't eaten yet because it was very early in the morning. My daughter and I hadn't eaten yet, so we went for a coffee and some breakfast. And while we were sitting there in the restaurant, you have a view over certain over the airport. So that's really, it's a nice view. You see gates, several gates. You can watch several gates. So that is a lot of fun to see. And my daughter said, "Oh, Mom, don't turn around immediately, but I see Douwe Bob." And who's Douwe Bob? Well, if you're Dutch, you know who Douwe Bob is. Well, Douwe Bob is a Dutch artist, a musician. He sings, and it's not my kind of music, but he was also at the airport, and he was just walking past our table. So that was funny. Douwe Bob also was also representative the Netherlands for the Eurosong contest. So, well, he was just passing so right beside me. So that was the first thing we said. Oh, we saw Douwe Bob. Well, we saw him. Okay, so that was funny. And now it was time to get on the plane. Well, it was a nice flight. It took 1 hour and 20 minutes, so it wasn't that long. And then we were in Munich. And we went to the central, then when we landed, we went to the central of the airport, because we had to get there our ticket for the public transport, the train, the bus and that kind of thing. So, because we didn't have a car, and I don't like to drive in a city that I don't know, so we would do everything with public transportation. And so we got the tickets, we went with the train and then on the bus, and then we arrived at our hotel. And that was an amazing hotel, very kind, friendly people, really nice. Also, when we arrived there, we were very tired because we had to get up very early, 5 o'clock in the morning, to get our flight. And when we arrived in our hotel room, we could go straight into our hotel room. That was very convenient, because sometimes you have to wait. We were there 11:30, so usually you can enter your room after 3 o'clock. So, but that was no problem. We could use our room immediately. So we put the bags there, and my daughter and I took a little nap because we were tired. So when well, 3/4 later, 45 minutes later, we said, well, let's get to know the surroundings of the hotel. I saw there was a shopping center nearby, just beside the hotel. So I said, well, let's look there. This is really beautiful. Okay. And but before we went, I took contact up with Wendy. And who is Wendy? Well, Wendy is a YouTuber, a fellow YouTuber, and she's also subscribed to my channel. And she's a fellow YouTuber, and she knew I was coming to Munich, and she's living there. So she said, well, it will be really funny if we could meet together, finally meet each other. We are chatting on YouTube and on Instagram we are chatting. So she said it would be funny if we could meet each other. I'm using the Nabla close-up powder, really nice powder. I have dry skin, but I like this powder, so I'm doing that to set my foundation. And I'm using the Lotte London powder for underneath the eyes, just for a little brightening. And I'll apply that right there underneath the eyes, not here in the corner, because there it's very dry there. And I also apply it on my eyes, so the eyeshadow will grab better. I use it as a foundation for my as a base for the eyeshadow. Okay, that's that. So I contacted her and I said, hi, we have arrived in Munich, and well, we agreed to meet each other in the center of Munich on a certain time. So and we would have a little dinner in the city. So well, my daughter and I discovered we went to in that mall, that shopping center, and we saw really nice things. And I said, well, I'm not going to. I saw several things that I wanted to buy, and I said, well, I'm not going to buy it immediately. Let's do that on the last day, because we have to leave the hotel room at 12 o'clock and we are flying in the evening, so maybe it's convenient, then we can spend some time at the shopping center and then go to the airport, because yeah, it was a wide gap and you need to do something. So then we went back to the hotel room, took a shower, and we made us ready to meet Wendy. Her channel is called Wendy Wise Beauty. I will link her channel at the end of the video, so you can check her out. Really lovely lady, really lovely lady. I'm using now the Botanical eyeshadow palette from Beauty Bay. Yes, Beauty Bay it was. This was gifted to me, it's also new. This was gifted to me from Pink Poodle, also a fellow YouTuber. She sent this to me for my birthday, so I'm going to use it now. And I think I will go for a green look, although I like that purple. Oh, it's hard to choose. It's hard to choose which eye look I will do, but first start with a base. And I will start with the color Lily, and Lily is the name of the granddaughter of Pink Poodle, so that's funny. Okay, let's see how. It's been a long time since I did an eye look on my channel, so let's see if I haven't forgot it, that you can see it. And I'm holding the mirror here so I can see what I'm doing, and you can also see what I'm doing, but if I'm doing this, forgive me. So we went to the town, my daughter and I. The transportation, the public transportation, the bus and the train are amazing there in Germany. It's very no long waiting hours. We first had to take the bus to the train station, to a little train station, and then with the train we went into the center of Munich. So, but that was, well, it was so good connected with each other, so there was little time we had to wait. So yes, we went into Munich, and maybe I will do my brows first. Yeah. And we found each other, so that is also very handy. Wendy took us to a nice restaurant, and I was very excited to see her, but also very nervous, because you know, you see somebody on video, hey? Like you see me now, and you probably have made up your mind about what kind of person I am, but you only see this part of me. So for her, I only see that part of her. So I was, it was very excited to know would we get along, and yeah. That was, I was nervous for that, but she is really how she comes over in her videos. She's a really sweet, nice lady, and we get along very well. I took stroopwafels with me, the real Dutch cookie, you know. I took that with me for her. I thought, well, that is yeah, a nice gesture. And she liked them. I know she lived in the Netherlands for 6 or 9 months, she said. I knew she lived in the Netherlands. She had mentioned that before in one of our conversations, but I didn't know how long. And she told, I asked her, how long did you live in the Netherlands? And I thought it was 6 or 9 months. Sorry, Wendy, I can't remember. So it was really fun meeting a fellow YouTuber, and we talked about YouTube, and we talked about makeup and perfume. Yeah, all the things we like. And my daughter also said what a sweet lady she is. We went with the 3 of us. So yes, it was a really fun and nice evening, and the dinner was amazing. So it was much. And yes, it was a nice experience and so much fun to finally meet a fellow YouTuber and to see face to face. Of course, you see her on like you see me now, but it was nice to see each other face to face, to touch each other. So yes, you're real. So it was nice. It was really fun, and we had a lovely evening, and we talked much because I have friends, but none of my friends are into makeup or perfume, and I am. So I can't talk much about it with my friends. So, and that's why I also start doing YouTube, because I want to talk about it. I want to talk about the makeup. I want to talk about the perfumes that I'm using, the things that excite me. When I tell it to my friends, they're like, oh yes, that's typically you. And then, okay. So it was really nice that I could finally talk with somebody. Oh, do you know that? Oh, and I like this, and you know, that kind of things. The product I'm using for my eyebrows, it's an oldie. It's really a nice one. I like to use. This is from this. I bought this not in the Douglas, but in the Easy Paris. Easy Paris is a store here in the Netherlands. It's comparable with the Dutch, like say, it's a Dutch Sephora. Yeah, so that. So my brows are okay. Let's go further with the eyeshadow. So we had a lovely evening. We said goodbye. We forgot to take a picture. We were talking so much that we forgot to take a picture of the 2 of us. Stupid, yeah. And when I was sitting in the train, I said to my daughter, oh, I forgot to take a picture. And I contacted her later the evening when we were back in the hotel, and I said, oh, Wendy, it was a lovely evening. It was so nice to meet you finally. She said, same wise. And she said, oh, we forgot to take a picture. I said, yes, I know. Well, maybe next time, Wendy. It's not that far away. We only live 1.5 hours apart with plane. So it's not far. The eyeshadow. So that was Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, my daughter and I went back into the city, and we did a little bit of shopping, because Wednesday evening was the big night. Wednesday evening was the night that we would go to the concert of Adele. Our hotel, we chose our hotel really carefully, because it was close to the Dutch word is congrescentrum. How do you call that in English? Don't know. Well, it's a big area where there are if you have a let's seek it up. I want to know that word. Let's see what is the word. Congress. Yeah, of course, Congress. Yes, a conference center. It is a big conference center with a lot of buildings and open spaces, and so we went to that congress. What was? I forget already. Conference center. Yes. Our hotel was 15 minutes walk from there. So we did some shopping in the morning. In the afternoon we had a good lunch in Munich, because we said we don't know, we won't dine tonight, because yes, we had to go to the concert. And it was a lovely day. It was 35 degrees, the sun was shining, and I thought, well, if we have this weather tonight, then it will be perfect. Well, couldn't I have been wrong? At 5 o'clock, was it 5 o'clock, maybe 6 o'clock, I saw sun changing in the sky. I saw some clouds coming, and the sky went grayer and grayer. I am using now color Mushroom as my transition color here. So the sky went gray and gray, and I said, oh, I don't know if we keep it dry tonight. So my daughter looked on her telephone and she said, no, Mom, there will be rain. Okay, well, I took precautions of that for that. So we had rain. Yes, we call that ponchos in the Netherlands. So I had that. I had two with me. You know, those, you just apply them over your head and then it is okay. You're covered for the rain. I took that with me and said, well, maybe it won't rain, but if it starts to rain, we can protect ourselves against the rain. So, well, we went to the place where the concert was, and a lot of people, but we were in no time, we were in the yes, how do you call that? Shall we call it the arena where it is? So we were there, and we went to the place, to our seats, and it was huge. It was enormous. I think it was 80,000 people. It was large. It was really large, and a very big screen, an amazing screen, and dark clouds. And then it was time, and yes, there she was, Adele, and she started with the number Hello, and she started singing Hello, and oh, I still get emotional about it. I really got emotional, and the tears were running down my face. Yeah, that was really funny. I still get emotional because I'm there with the... I admire her a lot, Adele. I admire her. I think she's a great singer. She's an amazing singer. Great isn't the right word for her. She's amazing. And to be there with my daughter, that made me very, yes, sentimental. It made me really sentimental. So, well, when the second number started, it started to rain. And it started to lighten, and I was, oh my gosh, we are, I hope the thunder doesn't get any worse, because we were it was all open. It was in the open air, and thunder and lightning and a lot of people in the open air isn't a good combination. No. So let's go with, I want to go with, which color do I want to go? Oh, I don't know. Yes, let's make a cool tone look. Green. No, we're going for green. I'm going for with myrtle, the second color, that one there. So and it started to rain. Yeah, very, very hard. So I was very pleased that we had our ponchos, and the whole concert it rained. But Adele was standing in the rain and she was singing, and she made a joke and she said, well, let's pretend we are all in the shower and that we are having a sing-along together. So yeah, that was it was an amazing evening. And thinking back of it, did the rain bother? No, not at all. I can't say it was on the front. It was on the background, the rain. The things I saw that impressed me so much that the rain was something that went on the background. So we were there. We loved the concert. Everybody loved the concert, and it was amazing. And yeah, then the last, when she sang the last two songs, the rain stopped. Yeah, and she said, are you kidding me? Now the concert's over and now it's getting dry. So, and she was also soaked wet. Her dress was really soaked wet. If you want to see things about that evening and how hard it rained, you go and watch little videos on YouTube, and Munich night 5. I was on night 5 there. So yeah, it was really pouring. The rain was terrible, terrible, terrible. So I'm doing this green here in my other corner, and I will, do you see what I'm doing? This is a trick I've learned from Wayne Goss. When your eyes, oh, one moment. It was my father. He has trouble with the computer and he wants my husband. Where was I? Oh yeah, a little trick from Wayne Goss. If you open the eye, especially when you have hooded eyes, if you take a straight line to there's where you want to stop your eyeshadow. And as you can see, straight line, there it stops. And then you apply that in the corner and you blend that out into your lash eyeline there. So there. Let's do the other eye. I think my husband's coming. Okay, dankjewel. He's bringing my phone back. So the other eye now. Do you see it? As you can see, straight line. I want it there to stop, and then into the grease, blend it. So okay, so we went to the concert, and then the concert was over. It was dry. The concert was over, and then we had to leave the area. But I thought, well, 80,000 people are coming out, so I said to my daughter, we need to stick together because we don't want to lose each other in this crowd. And she said, no, Mom, you're right. She grabbed me by my wrist. She went in front of me and she took me by my wrist, holding my wrist. She took me out of the area, and it was organized really well. It was not that the crowd was really close to each other. We had space around us to walk out of it. And then we walked back to the hotel, and the road was closed for traffic, so we could walk over the road where usually the cars ride, and it went in one flow, and it was amazing. That was really good organized. And we were back in the hotel, and I said to my daughter, well, shall we go to the bar? Let's grab a drink. We love the concert so much. Let's go to the bar and have drinks. So we did. We had a drink or 3, and we were not drunk, but we were yeah, we had a lot of fun. So that was really funny to do that with my daughter, to get not to get drunk, because we were, but it was yes, how do you, well, nearly drunk, yeah. I'm not proud to be drunk, but we had a lovely evening together. So we had 3 cocktails, and we were very pleased. Let's see, what color shall we do now on the eyelids? I'm thinking of doing a, yes, that one, darker one in the corner, and then a lighter more over the eyelid. Let's find the right brush for that. There he is. There she is. Oh, I'm using my Refer brushes and my Zoeva brushes. Those are the brushes I like the most, and I'm using those the most. I am now in the corner, on the half of my eyelid. I will use this color, that's called Amazon. So yeah, let's apply that there. That's a little bit shimmery. And the other eye, don't know if you can see it, what I'm doing, but I'm trying to show it to you. So yeah, that was Wednesday. It was a lovely evening, and very glad that the thunder wasn't, it was only in the clouds. It was not with lightning coming down. It was only in the clouds, the lightning. So that was really nice, because yeah, if it would have gone worse, then yes, she had to stop. But she didn't stop the concert, and it was we had a lovely time. And afterwards in the bar, it was very nice with my daughter, and we talked and we laughed a lot. So we went to bed, and next morning we had our breakfast. After our breakfast, we packed our bags, and we left. Well, we turned in our key, and I thought, well, we would fly that evening, so I thought, well, let's go to that shopping mall that was nearby. That's a nice color. That is artichoke. That one, really nice. And thought, well, let's do some shopping. And well, we we left our bags at the hotel. That's possible. You can leave them for a while to pick them up later. And we went to the shopping mall, and then the shopping mall was closed. Yeah. It turned out it was a kind of festive day, like Easter, like well, it was such a day, yeah? Like on Easter the shops are closed, on Christmas it was some kind of day there, and the shops were closed, and we were like, what now? Because it was 12:30, and we only have 8 o'clock in the evening, our plane is going, so we had a long time to wait So, but there was a coffee shop was open, and we sat there, and yeah, we drank there a cup of coffee, and we took a little cake. Well, a little cake. In Germany, you don't know a little cake. We took one cake and two spoons to eat that. So it was really big. It was like that size of cake. So it was really nice, but it was big. So, and I think I like this. Yeah. Then we said, well, you know what? It was still early. Let's go to the airport so we can do things there, shop in the little shops there, and let's take the train, the bus and the train, and go to the airport. So we took the bus to the station, the train station. And when we were at the train station, and my daughter, she know the route on the telephone. She knew which bus we had to take, and she said, well, that is strange. We have to get to the train station there, and then we have to get on another bus to another train station. The train isn't riding from the train station where we got out the first time. So that was really strange. But they were working on the trail, so the trains weren't riding. And we stood there and we were trying to figure out what to do. We were standing at the train station and we were figured out where to go and which bus we had to take. And there were two men standing on the opposite side of the road, and they said, are you familiar here? Can we ask you something? Are you familiar here? And we said, no, we are not. But I saw they had suitcases, so I said, you have to go to the airport. Yes, they also had to go to the airport. So I said, well, we also have to go there. I think this is nice. Underneath the eye, I use Amazon, the same color as here in the corner. So we stood there, and with the fourth of us, we tried to figure out which bus we had to take. And then a bus was coming, and the oldest guy of the two went to the bus driver and he asked which bus we had to take. He came back and said, well, that bus driver doesn't speak English, so he can't help us. So I said, well, maybe we should stick together. That's better than... she said, yes, let's stick together. Okay, so finally we figured out which bus we had to take. And we saw that bus coming. And so we got in that bus. And for one reason, the oldest of those two went to the driver and he went to ask something. Probably if this was the right bus, because we just jumped in with the fourth of us. And he came back and he said, we are in the wrong bus. Apparently we were in the bus that came from the airport to the center of Munich, and we needed the other one. So we were going into the wrong direction. And he said, can you get us out of this bus so we can hop on the right one? So yes, I will do that, the driver said. And he kept on driving and he kept on driving, and we were like, oh no, where are we going? This is going in the total wrong direction. And after 20 minutes, yes, really 20 minutes, he dropped us. And there we were standing in the middle of nowhere. No, not in the middle of nowhere. In somewhere in Munich. We were standing somewhere in Munich. And I said, well, I see a bus stop at the other side of the road. Let's see if that is the right one. So I went to that. We went all to the other side of the road, and I was watching on the sign of the bus stop, and my daughter was on her telephone to see which one we had to take. And those other, the two men were also on their telephone doing things. And they were standing a few meters from us. And they said, come, come. So on a certain time they called us. And we were like friends. We were chatting in the bus, we were chatting, and it was really funny, and we had a lot of fun. So it was immediately, we had that, you know, with some people you have immediately that connection. We asked where they're from. They were from Argentina. They lived in Spain, in Madrid. The oldest one was called Carlos. The youngest one was called Fernandez. And so we introduced ourselves, of course, and they also went to have been to Adele, and we had a lot of fun. And they also went to Las Vegas to see her. And the oldest said, Carlos said, she even touched me. I touched her, and I said, oh, you touched Adele. He said yes. I said, can I touch you now? So you know that it was that kind of vibe. It was like we were friends for ages. It was a really good connection we had with each other. So they said, we ordered an Uber. Do you want to come with us in that Uber? And we said, oh yes, we want. We want that. So we went into they ordered an Uber. We had to wait for 20 minutes, another 20 minutes. And in the 20 minutes that we waited for that Uber, not a single bus was coming. So we were really in the middle of who knows where. So and I was very glad that we meet with those guys, because otherwise it would have been my daughter and me in the middle of nowhere. And we went into that Uber, and that Uber drove us to the airport, and well, we had a lot of fun in that Uber. We talked and we laughed, and at the airport we said goodbye to each other like we were friends for years. Big hugs, kisses, and yes, that was amazing. That was that meeting was the cherry on the pie, we say here in the Netherlands. It's a Dutch saying. Let's do my mascara now, because I am chatting and not doing my makeup. So that was a really, yes, it was an unexpected meeting, and it was so lovely. They were so nice. It was such a, were two funny guys, and we laughed a lot, and yes, it was really nice to have met them. So well, then we were on the airport, but our adventure isn't finished yet, no. So well, they had to be in departure 1, we had to go to departure 2. So we separate our ways, and we said goodbye, and we went to check in. So okay, oh sorry, you didn't see anything. I was just taking away the things I smudged. So I'm going to use my bronzer now. Oh, the mascara I've used is from Gosh. It's not a new one, it's an oldie one, but it's nice. Bronzer, I'm using Pat McGrath. I am using, each month I'm using one bronzer. I have 6 or 7 bronzers, six, and each month I choose a bronzer, and I'm only using that bronzer for that month, so I get to rotate my bronzers. Otherwise I always grab the same one, and so this month it is Pat McGrath. Well, we were at the airport, so we went through security because my daughter already checked in. When we were in the hotel that morning, she already checked in. So we went to security, through the security, and I love this foundation. It is really beautiful. I will bring you in a little bit closer. And well, we were at gate number 16 because that is the place where we supposed to be. So gate 16. All of a sudden, we were sitting there for a while. We have looking into shops, and we had to drink, and we had something to eat, and we bought something to eat, and we were at gate 16. Suddenly my daughter got an email, and she said, oh, there is a change in gates. It's a gate change. We have to go to gate 8. So okay. But when you are sitting at the gate, you also see some people that you know. Oh, you're also going to with our plane, and you know certain people you recognize. So I'm using now the Tarte blush palette. I've bought that last year with 5 blushes and 1 bronzer. Here's the bronzer. And which color will we use today? I think I will do Refined or Luxe. I think I will do Luxe. I like this one, that one. Yeah. So we had the gate change, so we went to gate 8. And we were sitting there, and you see the same people coming. It was not a lot of people, maybe 10, 12 people. You see them coming, and well, you recognize them. So and because you are with a small couple, you talk a little bit with each other. But yeah, I always talk to us. And who are sitting close to you, you talk a little bit with each other. And suddenly my daughter says, nee hè? And that's Dutch for oh no. Oh no, like that. So all the faces were looking at her, and she said, we have another gate change. So we stood up, and I saw all the faces looking at her, and I stood up, I took my bag, and we start walking, and saw everybody also stood up and walking behind us to gate number 5. So we were from gate 16 to gate 8. Now we went to gate 5. So well, the same people were sitting there, and yeah, chatting some more and more. And at gate 5 we heard that the plane had was delayed. We should fly at 8 o'clock, but it had 2 hours of delay, so we would fly at 10 o'clock. So, and this is the blush. I think it's lovely. A little bit more. I like a little more. So yeah, then we're sitting there, gate number 5. All of a sudden my daughter again, oh no, and she stood up and she turned around to the other folks that were sitting. We were sitting spread, but quite close to each other. She said, we have another gate change. We are supposed to go to gate number 1. So everybody stood up, and my daughter was in front of the group, and she was leading the way. That was funny to see. Yes, I thought it was really fun to see that. So yes, we went to gate number 1, and there was a young lady with a little girl, and she said to me, "Is it all right that I'll stick around you, because your daughter knows it very well?" I said, "You stick around with us. You keep close to us, and it will be okay." Well, so she noticed that Francis had it all figured out, and my daughter's very good at that kind of things. She's really good at that kind of, had to find things out, to know which way to go, and yeah. Okay, so I like that blush. I haven't got a lip pencil with me, but I am using a new lipstick. So finally, when it was 10 o'clock, we finally got boarded. We didn't have any changes of gates anymore. So at 10 o'clock we flew. Around 10 o'clock we boarded. So we were in Amsterdam at 11:30 in the evening, and the plane landed on the Polderbaan. And the Polderbaan is the landing place that is the most, that is far away from the airport. That landing traffic way, the, how you call that? So if you land there with your plane, you have to, it takes 15 minutes to get near the gate. So, well, that was 15 minutes in the plane, hubbling, and they positioned the plane at gate B. That is very far away from the entrance, where the luggage comes. So we had to also walk a lot. So it was over 12 that we were standing outside. Yeah. The friend of my daughter picked us up, and he drove me home, and then they drove home, and yeah, that were all the adventures of 3 days of Munich. So this is a really nice, it isn't a lipstick, it's a lip balm more. And I like this one very much. It's hydrating, and it has a lovely color pair. Yeah. So, well, what do you think? What do you think of the makeup? I like it. I love it. I love this lip product from Lancome. And this is the color... Why is it so small? It's Butter Glow, not the color. It's got a number 42. Oh yeah, there were numbers. It had, or did it have a name? I think it had a name. If you want to know the name, then you must see the watch the video with beauty entries, because there it is, but it's number 42. But the printing is so small. Don't think you see how small it is, but it's number 42. I can't read it. So, well, those were my adventures in Munich. I hope you liked this video. Please give me a big thumb up if you did. I hope you liked the makeup. I will bring you in a little bit closer to. That's how it is. The foundation is beautiful. Really, really beautiful. I love this foundation. Let's see how it will wear throughout the day, but I really like it. Yeah. Nice coverage, just how I like it. I don't like a full coverage, but it's really nice. Yeah. Okay. Have a great day. Take care and be kind to each other. Bye.